Fast 5. This came out in 2011. It's an action-adventure thriller movie around 2 hours and 10 minutes long. The story of this is Dom and his crew of street racers plan a massive heist to buy their freedom while in the sights of a powerful Brazilian drug lord and a dangerous federal agent. Let's jump straight into the good points. Now, the good points about this movie is director Justin Lin deserves a massive applause. I think he was doing number 3, number 4, and now he's doing this one, and I really have to give him applause for this one because he does an amazing job with this movie. He just knows how to direct action-packed movies. He does a great job with that. We get some great cinematography throughout with some awesome camera shots, and it's just amazing editing as well throughout because it creates this action-packed masterpiece throughout that really gets us entertained and involved in this movie. We get some great locations as well, which make for great movie moments and makes it even visually stunning. It's really great, and we get some really fast cars, which you expect in a Fast and Furious movie. Of course, we get the fast cars, but we also get some cool races throughout the movie as well. We get some hot chicks, which you expect in these type of movies as well, which we've got in the past, and we also get an amazing storyline which continues from the other movies as well. It keeps consistency and going through this story, which I really am invested in and really enjoy. And we get some really good comedy moments as well. That's another thing I want to talk about because the comedy in these movies are not too much, and they also keep it less frequent so it doesn't get a bit boring, and I really do like they do that. Awesome tense action sequences which really get you off your seat and keep you entertained, which is so special because that's what this movie likes to do. We also get a great script in this movie as well as some good writing throughout, and also we get the amazing characters from all the other movies all in this movie. Now, starting off, obviously we have Vin Diesel playing as Dom. Really, what else can we say about this character? This character has become one of the most loved throughout the whole of the franchise. He's such a great character, some dark, intimidating character, but also has that soft side of him where really family is important, and Vin Diesel just does an amazing job with this character throughout the whole of the franchise, and I really do enjoy him in this movie. Paul Walker alongside him doesn't have the best of performances, but he still gives a good performance. It's because of how much he's given in this movie. He's sort of becoming a family man and stuff now, and Brian really is just starting to settle down. He's on the run, obviously they've got Dom out and he's on the run at the moment, but his plan is to settle down in the future. And obviously Jordana Brewster playing as Mia, the same goes for her, but really what little bits they do in the movie are really important. Obviously the chemistry between these three in the first half hour of the movie is really great and crucial to the storyline. Tyrese Gibson coming into this as Roman Pierce, I absolutely love the character from Too Fast, Too Furious. He's just an amazing laugh. He also adds great chemistry between him and Paul Walker. That's the great thing about this movie. You get some really good chemistry between people, some new relationships build, and some great comedy moments because of this. Han coming back, played by Sun Kang. I really enjoy the character. Obviously, he's one that's very quiet, but really loved by the fans of the franchise, and really because he's just so relaxed, and he's got that humor side of him, and he's got that lovable side of him as well. He's just got this family presence which really means well for this family in this movie. Gal Gadot playing as Giselle. Now, another character also played in the past movies. I really do like her because she's still got this flirtatious side to her, and in this movie they sort of dial that down a little bit. Obviously they use her in some sort of flirtatious mode throughout the movie, but they dial it down quite a lot compared to the other movie, and really you get to see her character flourish a little bit in this movie because of the relationship she has with obviously Han, and obviously with between Roman and Tej. They're sort of trying to be the predators and she's the prey sort of thing, and they're trying to really hit on her and stuff, and you get some great comedic moments with her as well. Another character returning is Vince. I really like him as a character. Again, if you've seen my first movie review, I really enjoyed his character. I find him unique. He's that sort of jealous character but really caring. He's got that anger side, and he's got the loving side, and I really like that about this character, and I really like him in this movie as well. Just like the first movie, I find him interesting, really I care for the character as well, And obviously going on into this movie, obviously he dies and stuff, which is quite emotional, and the way they deal with it, I feel like they've done a great job with that as well. The main one that's really introduced into this, the big name, is Dwayne Johnson as Hobbs. Obviously he's the federal agent after these guys, and obviously he's been called in to do the dirty work pretty much because he's the top guy, and I found him amazing. I really love Dwayne Johnson in this movie, and he is one of the main reasons for this movie to be as good as it is, just because he's just brings this physical presence, he brings this emotional presence, he just brings everything to the screen, and his character as Hobbs just matches him perfectly. Elena introduced into this franchise as well, and I really like her as well. She has a connection with Dom as well as Hobbs, and they really create a good storyline for this character, and you get some really good story from her in this movie, which is explained and flourished really well as well. We even get a villain of the movie which isn't trying to be the main villain really, he's sort of like a side villain, because if you really think of it, Hobbs is the main guy that's after him. It's him versus Dom, or him versus Paul, and it's just mainly them two going at it, Dom and obviously Hobbs. But obviously this guy's trying to be the sort of money millionaire guy. He's a side villain. They need him. He's sort of being used in a way because of the money side of things. And I like the fact they know that, and he's not trying to be the main villain. That's a great thing in this movie as well. The rivalry between Dom and Hobbs is amazing, as mentioned. These two really sell this movie, especially the fight they have. The fight was pure epic. One of the best fight scenes I've seen in a movie, period, because honestly this is something you see, big guy versus big guy, and you love to see them sort of fights go at it, and they really give you what you want in this movie when it comes to that. When you first see them interact with each other and encounter each other, you want that fight to happen, and they deliver very well in this movie, I must say. But the main thing about this movie for me is it knows what it's trying to do, and it sticks with it. It doesn't try to be a Point Break movie. It doesn't try to be a sort of Rush Hour type movie. It's a heist action movie. It's sticking to its own guns. It's still got the Fast and Furious elements in there, which is great. And it's also got the story, which is so emotionally important to the movie as much as the action, which is something I really do enjoy as well. Now on to the bad points. Only kidding, there isn't no bad points about this movie, and there's no bad points about this movie because you can sit there and nitpick everything about this movie, because when it comes to action movies that deliver, like the Fast and Furious franchise, every single movie you can pick out and go, that was unrealistic, that was just not necessary, and stuff like that. You can do that with the majority of the movies. And when you watch Fast and Furious movies, you need to go in thinking about it's going to be a Fast and Furious movie, because if you go in expecting more, you're going to be really disappointed and sit here and criticise the hell out of it. But generally what it tried to do, it achieved, and there's generally no bad points from me. So guys, it's rating time. Let's have a look what the critics had to rate this movie. We have IMDb giving it a 7.3 out of 10, Rotten Tomatoes giving it a 77%, and Metacritic giving it a 66. My rating for this movie is an 8.5 out of 10. That makes this totally fucking awesome. Guys, we can sit there and moan at the unrealism in this franchise, or even just in this movie, as I've said. But what they did in this movie, compared to the others, they stuck to what they was trying to do. Action-packed heists. And that was what they did. And we do miss some racing elements from the other movies, the past movies, but what is given is enough because of what they're trying to do, which is great. Especially for the huge action-packed fans, or even fans of the franchise. This will surely be one of your favourites, if not the best one for you, of course. This, for me, is one of the best action-packed movies over the last decade for sure. Even if you're a fan or not of this movie, you have to say this is a great action-packed movie. So guys, an 8.5 out of 10 for Fast 5. Don't forget to leave your ratings and thoughts down below in that comment section. Of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the movie and your ratings. And of course guys, if you enjoyed the video, smash that thumbs up button. Let me know you enjoy the content I'm giving you to continue the journey and give you more content just like this one. As well as guys, if you're new here, consider subscribing and hitting that bell for much more movies and TV series. Awesome content. We review, we react to trailers, and we rank from the worst to the best. There is so much stuff on the channel, so much more to come, just like tomorrow's video where I'm going to be giving you the Fast and the Furious 6 movie review on the channel, so stay tuned for that. You ain't going to want to miss it for sure. So without further ado guys, I've been me, you've been you, and I'll see you next time guys on Talking with Jay Springer.